Ladies and gentlemen, members and friends, good pop. This is Distillery 39 rare release cross-Atlantic destinations. This is one of 12 of the festival releases for 2024. Yes, it's 2024. Where does the time go? You know what? Where does it go? We've done as much as we can to bring out all the festival releases at the same time as they're enjoying them in the UK and the rest of the world. It would shock you to know how long it takes to get whiskey in glass bottles across to the other side of the world. We are about as far from the UK as you can get. So really, you often see things happen even in Japan or America before they come to Australia because it takes so long for whiskey to get here. And the reason is because a lot of it comes on boats and because we don't want to pass on massive air freight costs to you. But in this case, we have done as much as we can to bring these over as quickly as possible so that we can share in these rare releases, these festival releases, with you at the same time as the UK are enjoying them, or as close as possible. The festivals, the Facial, the Festival, the Isla Festivals, also now extend to the Speyside Festival, Lowland Festival, Campbelltown Festival, Highland Festival as well. There's 5 main regions in Scotch whisky, of which I've just named, including the Isla Festival, Isla region. And the festivals are a chance for people to explore the regionality and character of whiskey in those areas and what the flavours are of that area. I've written an article in June Outturn, which you'll be able to read shortly, about the validity of regionality in whiskey. What does it mean these days? How do we approach it? What do we do with it? I think that's really important to discuss. But instead of getting wrapped up in that right now, let's talk about Distillery 39 rare release. It's a spicy and sweet 15-year-old called Cross-Atlantic Destinations. We can zoom in here. It's in celebration of the Spirit of Speyside Whisky Festival 2024. Natural cask strength at 58.4%. Spicy and sweet flavour profile. It is not a single cask. No, we don't pretend it is either. It says rare release in the front because it's a batch of casks. In this case, ex-bourbon, ex-Oloroso. I've already poured my dram. I'm opening that again. And a combination of first fill and refill ex-bourbon and ex-Oloroso casks from this classic Speyside distillery, Distillery 39. It's a workhorse distillery. It's predominantly seen most of it goes to blenders. Blends, I should say. Blenders and blends. Most of it goes into products you might know as Johnny Walker or Hague's or Dimple, I'm sure, as well. Although the recipes of that are a pretty tightly guarded secret, understandably. This one, however, is a cask strength rare release single malt, showcasing the Spirit of Speyside. That is just a remarkable nose. Now, this is my second time tasting this. The first time, I think my palate was feeling a bit muted. This time, however, I get burnt brown sugar. I get honey on toast. I get a bit of thyme and ginger spread on top, like a little bit of ginger paste. And I get a bit of white chocolate and burnt ginger. It's just lovely. It's spicy, but it's also charcoaly. It's almost like charcoal chicken. I've never had a charcoal chicken note in a whiskey, I don't think, before. That's fantastic. It's very rich, very decadent on the nose, but very clearly Distillery 39 at the same time. It's got that classic Speyside character to it, which is, I would call classic Speyside characters, for those playing along, I would call Speyside characters sweet and approachable and fun. I mean, I find Highland whiskey generally a bit more savoury and a bit more sort of a bit higher top note, if that makes sense. You often get if you taste a Highland whiskey from a hogshead versus a Speyside whiskey from a barrel, I think you'll know what I mean. You get that sort of it's a very different character. You get more savoury differences in Highland whiskey, generally speaking, and more sweeter characters in Speyside whiskies. That's not always the case. But if we're talking about regionality, we may as well start with some generalisations. Quick taste of this one. Very easy drinking at cask strength. This is my first dram of the day. It's also middle of the day, and I don't get any burn from that either. That's just absolutely delightful, and very, very, very rich. I might try that with a drop of water, Don't add too much. Just a wee dash, just to see how that holds up. I get even more of like the milk chocolate sort of note now. A bit more of the honey on toast. The sherry influence is, you can tell it's quality wood. It's quality timber in this mix. It's delightful. Come celebrate the spirit of Speyside, and of course all the festivals at our festival events around the country. Now, I should say now that Sydney and Melbourne have sold out. Brisbane has sold out. There are limited tickets left for Hobart and Perth. So there's events going on around the country wherever we can. I think there's an Adelaide event also on the 22nd coming up. So I think tickets are available for that. And dare I say, something in the pipe for Canberra and elsewhere. So we do as best we can to share this around the country as evenly as we can. We also have the virtual tasting kits. You can either choose the 5 regions or all 12 casks. 12 casks one is a massive pack, very limited in supply, but we're doing the best we can to spread it around as much as we can. They are quite limited releases, and I'm really glad that we got enough of these in to share with everyone. So, see you at the festivals. Happy facial, happy festivals wherever you are. And I'm so glad that we get to bring these over and share them with you as members of the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. Until next time, Slàinte mhath.